All right, y'all know this isn't gonna be pretty at all. Um, where do I even begin? If you guys were watching the digital event with me, you already know what's up. But then again, if you didn't watch it with me, you still know what's up because that was complete and utter gutter trash. And I can't believe Nintendo made that pre-recorded video, edited it, brought it all together, reviewed it, and was like, yeah, that'll do. I can't believe they brought that to E3 and thought it was okay. Nintendo, you gotta understand. Yes, you have money. I understand that. You guys are the most financially safe company out there right now. It's true. But all that money is going to mean nothing because there's another way you can die. You can die financially, or you can die in the sense that you have lost all interest from gamers. You have lost the gamers' respect. It's a gaming death. It's a gamer death, I guess you could say. There's multiple ways to die, and you're already on thin ice. And it's like every single time, it's like, okay, Nintendo they have to push back. They have to do something. They have to impress somebody. Like, there's no way they could go another month, another year, whatever, without doing something to show people that they're serious, that they mean business, that they are still the best game development company out there. I'm just speechless. I really am. It just amazes me. It's almost as if you guys are intentionally doing this. I don't see how anyone could be doing this on accident. And I already know the Nintendo Defense Force. I already know people from a certain site. I already know certain people here in this community who sweat a lot and stuff like that are going to do their damnedest to defend this. But I'm going to let you guys know right now, you cannot. You cannot. Now, okay, I'll take what you guys say about the directs. Whatever, right? They're random presentations, right? So you get what you get. Okay, I'll take that. I still think that's no reason for them to be crap or whatever. But still, okay, I'll take that. That's a legitimate excuse you guys can use. But this is E3 now. So what are you guys going to say now? This is when you're supposed to show out. This is when I'm supposed to have high expectations as a Nintendo fan, right? We're supposed to have high expectations during the E3 press conference. It's the one time a year we should be able to do that without any repercussions. We should be able to logically and sensibly do that. It makes sense to. It's E3. That's when things are supposed to be balls to the walls, hype as hell. It's when the huge guns are supposed to drop, the bombs, all that stuff. What did they show today that was hype? What did they show today that was E3 worthy? Because outside of Star Fox, nothing they showed was E3 worthy at all. Now, that's not to say that what they showed was bad. Like, none of those games are going to be bad games. It's just there was no E3 material there. There was absolutely no hype whatsoever, and there was tons and tons and tons of crap missing. But let me get on with the actual recap, just in case any of you guys missed it. They started off with Star Fox, which looks pretty good. It's not the style that I wanted it to be, because I kind of wanted them to continue the Star Fox Assault style, just better, just executed better this time around. But I knew Miyamoto wasn't going to continue that. He wasn't going to have him get out on foot, and it's going to turn into a third-person shooter. He would never do that. He's Miyamoto. But I do like what is there. I do. I like how the R-Wing transforms into like this little ground, kind of like animal vehicle, whatever. That looks really cool. There's a lot more things you could pilot and stuff like that, and the game looks a lot more open-ended. So Nintendo addressed one of my issues with not issues, one of my fears with this game, because I always said like if this game is just going to be pure on rails, it's not going to do well. But the game looks pretty much like kind of opened up. There is obviously some on rail segments, but for the most part the game kind of looks open. You kind of like free roam on the ground, you know, and stuff like that in the in the ground form. But Star Fox looks pretty cool. Only problem is, and I'm not too angry over this because I knew this was coming. No online multiplayer. No online multiplayer. Nintendo is they're set on allowing us to have 2 multiplayer games per console. Like they're really set on that. That being Smash Bros and Mario Kart. Any other game from them going to have multiplayer on the Wii U? Nope. The thing is, people, and no, multiplayer doesn't need to be in anything. Here's the thing though. When you have a franchise that multiplayer would be perfect for, you need to go ahead and do it. You see what I'm saying? When you don't have that many multiplayer games for your fans to play with each other on, right? Use each opportunity that you get. Or at least the big ones. Is Star Fox not a big opportunity for some cooperative multiplayer? Or some competitive multiplayer? It's the perfect opportunity. Are they doing it? No. Why? Because Shigeru Miyamoto and his stubborn, old-fashioned ways. I respect the guy for what he's done for the industry, but I'm sorry. He is holding Nintendo back, and he needs to stop with this old school mindset. This game should have had an online multiplayer. I'm going to buy it regardless. It's going to be a great game without it. But it's not going to be as good as it could be. It's not going to be at its full potential because it's not going to have online multiplayer. Point blank, period. Then they talked about Skylanders. Took a whole like 50 minutes to talk about Skylanders and exclusive, Skylander like amiibos, whatever the hell they are, or whatever. They're also like slash amiibos as well as like the Skylander things or whatever. The game looks alright. I'm not really into Skylanders, whatever, but I can't lie. The game looks alright. It looks decent. It's not a bad looking game, but it's just something we don't want to see at the digital event. Zelda 3DS looks cool. Whatever, fun little distractor game. Don't really care for it. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to pick that up, whatever, but it's not really hype. And then we got probably one of the biggest slaps to the face I've ever received in a while. Metroid 3DS. What was it called? Metroid Galactic Federation Strike or some crap like that. I don't know. Let me see. Let me go to Nintendo's channel because I know they uploaded the trailer of that bullshit ass game. Metroid Federation Force. Yeah, Metroid Prime Federation Force. Now, if I heard this title alone, and even if I knew it was for the 3DS, I'd be pretty excited. I'm like, holy crap! It's a Metroid Prime for 3DS. This is gonna be great. No. It's some spin-off gimmicky bullshit where you're running around as these like chibi Galactic Federation soldiers and terrible graphics, by the way, horrendous graphics. 3DS games could look much better than that. Look at freaking Ironfall. Like there's so many better looking 3DS games than that. Jesus Christ, that game looks awful. But it's some chibi like spin-off happy-go-lucky looking like Metroid game. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with spin-offs. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, happy-go-lucky, fun games, whatever. The thing is that you don't do that with Metroid. You see what I'm saying? You don't do that with Metroid, Nintendo. You do not tamper with our Metroid like that. You can do that with the, the Marios and Star Fox, whatever, all that stuff, all you want, the not so serious stuff. But Metroid is one of the few, serious, franchises that you have. You see what I'm saying? So when you make a Metroid game, we want that darker atmosphere. We want that darker game because that's one of the few dark games that you actually have. You see what I mean? So this Galactic Force, whatever it is, no, that is not a real Metroid game. That is not what we meant when we said we wanted Metroid. It's a slap in the face. We are insulted, and you should feel ashamed of yourselves for creating this mockery of Metroid. That is not a Metroid game. As a huge Metroid game, you guys know I am offended as hell right now from that game. Moving on though, Xenoblade Chronicles X got a release date. Great trailer, got a release date. It's coming out, December 4th, I believe it was. Late as hell, but it's not 2016. We got the release date. That's one of the things I specifically said I wanted, and I got it. So there's some points for that. Good stuff. Animal Crossing Wii U. I really don't give two shits about games like this at all. I don't care about Animal Crossing. I don't care about like walking around the town aimlessly, like doing nothing, right? But it is good to see it announced solely because Animal Crossing sells a lot, and the Wii U could use some sales. So I will give Nintendo points for Animal Crossing Wii U. I personally don't care for it. It's not hype. It's not something I would personally reveal at a digital event. I would reveal that at a like Nintendo Direct before the digital event. But it's whatever. Yoshi's Woolly World. Like I was saying in the live stream, people are gonna write this game off as kiddie bullshit, whatever. What is this crap? I'm telling y'all, this game is gonna be freaking cool, man. This game's gonna be dope. If you played Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, you already know what's up. This game's gonna be hard. It's gonna be challenging. It looks really creative. This game's gonna be really cool. Yeah, it's Yoshi. It's a yarn Yoshi running in a little yarn world. The game looks really childish and immature, but I promise you, the gameplay is gonna be legit. The gameplay is gonna be on point. It's one of my favorite platformers of all time. I freaking love Yoshi's Island. That got a release date as well, October 16th. Nintendo gets a couple points for that. Then they went to Mario Tennis. Again, another example. Like, it's not gonna be bad or anything. It's just like, who cares? Right? Who wants this? Nobody asked for it. It's definitely not what the Wii U needs. Waste of time and resources. I'm sorry. I skipped something. The Mario RPG, where it's a crossover between the Paper Mario games and like the Mario and Luigi, RPGs like Superstar Saga and all that stuff. That looks really cool. It looks interesting. It looks really fun. That was a pretty cool announcement. Nothing hype, but it's a pretty cool announcement. It's a welcome announcement. And then Mario Maker, September 11th. And I know there's maybe one or two things I'm missing, but I'm sure they were truly irrelevant because most of the things they announced in this digital event were irrelevant. But you know what? There is some good news out of all of this. At least this means that Nintendo is obviously focusing all their resources on the NX. So hopefully we should have a strong NX launch, right? Because obviously Nintendo ain't making no more games for the Wii U. No more actual AAA games, at least. Outside of Zelda U. That's still in development. But when you're at E3 and all you have to show for Wii U is Skylanders, Animal Crossing, Yoshi's Woolly World, which was already confirmed and announced last year, and we've already seen this stuff, and then Mario Tennis. Yeah, that obviously means that they no longer care about the Wii U at all. They don't. So I thought about this. I said this in a video before. I think this pretty much confirms that Zelda U is most likely going to be the Wii U swan song. It's going to be kind of like the last huge game, unless Retro Studios' game comes out after, which it most likely will, because that game's only been in development for about a year and a half. I'm going to get to that in a second. But yeah, I think 2016 is probably going to be like the last year the Wii U actually gets some games worth a damn. I think Nintendo's obviously focusing on the NX. That's kind of where they shifted some of their development studios and stuff like that. And that's what they're focusing on. So, hey, there's some good news out of that, right, guys? They're focusing on the NX, so at least we'll have a better next-gen system. But seriously, that was like one of the worst conferences I've ever experienced. That was like very reminiscent of E3 2008 with Nintendo. It was like on that level of bad. It was horrible. And there's just no defending this at all. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. But going back to Retro Studios, no retro game whatsoever. No next level game whatsoever. Nothing from EAD or anything. Just nothing. The only things that were worthwhile were Star Fox. Star Fox, the Yoshi release date, and the Xenoblade release date. And that was literally it. That was 3 good things out of a whole entire hour. And I can't believe Nintendo took a whole hour to show us this gimmicky spin-off Zelda for 3DS, Animal Crossing, Metroid Soccer. Listen to what I just said. Metroid Soccer. What the fuck? And Mario Tennis. Nintendo, if you're watching this, I hope some kind of Nintendo employee is watching this. I would just like to tell you that today, and it's not the first time, but today, you really made me, and probably the majority of everyone else, feel ashamed to be a Nintendo fan. Today, I'm embarrassed to be a Nintendo fan, and that is not good. and that is not good. And while this may be all opinionated and all that stuff, whatever, if somebody feels that strongly, I'm not even trying to, you guys see me, I'm not yelling, I'm not coming off as abrasive or anything. I'm legit sad. I'm legit disappointed. You should not be happy with what you just did, Nintendo. You should not be happy with what you just showed. But hopefully we'll get an entertaining E3 next year with most likely the reveal of the NX. It's probably not going to be releasing next year, but next year probably will be the reveal of it. So that'll be kind of interesting. But we'll see what happens. But that's for this video, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Oh, I forgot. Score. 3 out of 10. I give it a 3 or a 4 out of 10. F+. I give the conference an F+. There we go.